Welcome back to another sip and review at the coffee bar with your favorite bartender, A5 Cup of Coffee. Today we are going to review a throwback from 2013, the FlashPoint Paradox, one of my favorite DC animated movies, and it actually kicks off a pretty nice timeline. We're going to discuss that during the review, but today we're going to actually make what I call the reverse flash. It's our rendition on the whiskey sour. Hope you like it. And let's go ahead and get started. Let's get our glass. We're gonna get our ice fry shaker. And then we're gonna go ahead and cut up the lemon for later. We're gonna need a lemon wheel. We'll save this here in our for later. Alright, now let's go ahead and get on our drink here. What we're going to do, we're going to start off first and foremost with a little bit of whiskey. We're going to actually add 2 ounces in here. And then we're going to actually add a 1/2 ounce of whiskey sour. And then, I know this is going to be a little bit different, but we're going to add our lemonade in. And we're going to add 2 ounces in. Perfect. That off to the side. We're going to go ahead and put our ice in here. And let's go ahead and pour. And since we know the reverse flash wants to be the flash so bad, we're gonna add just a tad bit, maybe a small cap full of grenadine. Give it that yellow and red feel. Perfect. And we're gonna garnish it like normal with a Moscato cherry. If I can get it here. And instead of the orange wheel, we're gonna actually do a lime wheel because we're gonna stick with the yellow and red. And there you go, your whiskey sour, aka the reverse flash. So I hope y'all enjoy this. Let me go ahead and give it a taste. Pretty good, pretty good. Cool, cool, cool. Now, let's go ahead and get into our review. Now, again, this is from 2013. The FlashPoint Paradox actually kicks off the New 52 version of the DC animated universe. Before now, none of the DC animateds really kind of had any type of connection to each other. There's just kind of adaptations of different comic books and things of that nature, such as Mask of the Phantasm, Under the Red Hood, Justice League: A New Frontier, and just a few of the other ones that that came out before 2013. Now, after FlashPoint Paradox, up until 2020, all of the movies actually had some type of to do with each other. They were kind of keeping up the same storyline. So you actually had starting with FlashPoint Paradox, then moving over into a few like the Batman series where he was trying to, I'll say, raise Damian Wayne. We all know Damian Wayne was a grown man in a 12-year-old body anyway. So, but you had the Batman series that was in there. You also had Justice League Dark, which was in there, which is one of my favorites as well. Then you actually go ahead and progress on to Justice League Dark Apokolips War, which actually ended it all. So it was actually a really good storyline throughout, like I said, starting with FlashPoint Paradox. So let's go ahead and get on to FlashPoint Paradox and see what y'all think and see what I think of it. So, FlashPoint Paradox, it kind of kicks off with Barry Allen's it's his mom kind of teaching him the Serenity Prayer, which we all know is basically change the things you can, and don't worry about the things you can't, and have the wisdom to know the in between and not so many words. And she's kind of telling them that. And then it flash forwards to when Barry Allen is actually the Flash, and his Rose Galley has basically tricked him into coming to the Flash Museum, and it's basically a nice number of them. It's Mirror Master, you have Captain Cold, Captain Boomerang. So you have these guys in here, and maybe two others, and then the Flash already knows. He's like, none of you all can pull this off. So who's behind all of it? And of course, it's the Reverse Flash. It's Thawne. And he basically wants to blow up the Flash Museum because he thinks it's basically the Flash being arrogant and this, that, and the other. So the Justice League intervenes, and they all prevent the explosion of the bombs and whatnot. And right when they're taking Thawne in, Thawne says, yeah, you can save everybody but the people that counts. And it basically it messes with Barry a little bit, and he actually, I think, subconsciously starts running, because that's normally how he runs off his problems. And all of a sudden it does the title card of the FlashPoint Paradox. So what he's effectively done is he's gone back and saved his mom. And what it does is it changes the timeline from the present. So he's still a cop, but he doesn't have his powers, which is actually pretty funny. And everything shifts just a little bit because he's gone back and saved his mom. And when I say shifts a little bit, like Superman never lands in Smallville. Diana or Wonder Woman and Aquaman are in basically a global fight against each other, which it's absolutely crazy. Cyborg is working for the president, and instead of Bruce Wayne dying and becoming, instead of Bruce Wayne actually living, he dies, and his dad actually ends up being Batman instead of him. And check this out, quick twist on that, his mom ends up being the Joker. So these are the several plot points that you're kind of dealing with within this movie. And so Barry goes to who he thinks is Bruce Wayne, Batman, to get help, but it's actually Thomas Wayne. He, through some interesting events, he actually decides to help him. And they try to get his powers back twice. The first time he's almost burned alive by the lightning. And then the second time it actually does work. So this progresses the storyline a little bit for us. And basically, Barry's trying to tell them, hey, you know what? We need to come together to stop the end of the world. And while he's got his powers back, he's thinking that, hey, maybe I can run back in time. But he can't run fast enough, and he's trying to figure out why. And the reason why is because Thawne is there, siphoning off part of the Speed Force, so he can't run fast enough to go back in time. So they have, not only do they have to prevent a war, they have to also find Thawne so he can go back in time and change everything back. So all these things are going on. The war is going on. You have different sides teaming up that different people that you never thought would team up. And then Aquaman has Captain Atom captured and has turned him into the biggest atom bomb that you'll ever see. So they're trying to prevent all of this from happening, and it's just a whirlwind of events all at the same time. You have Wonder Woman and Shazam, their version of Shazam fighting. They actually get to find Superman, and he's like this skinny version of himself because he's been held up by the government. That's pretty cool in itself. That's a little small storyline in there, and they're trying to be his friend. And basically, it all culminates at the end where Thawne basically confronts the Flash, and he basically tells him, "Hey, the Flash is basically like, hey, this is all your fault." And Thawne is like, "Nah, it's your fault because you decided to be selfish and go save your mom, and this is the outcome." And the Flash is like, "Well, you know what? If this goes down, then you'll die too." And Thawne is like, "Totally worth it. Just to see you go down, I'll let the world end." And it's absolutely nuts. So, cool thing about it is, Batman catches the Reverse Flash off guard, imagine that, and he shoots him in the back of the head, and basically, effectively killing him in that time period. And he tells Barry, "Hey, you gotta run and change it." So it gets Barry going fast enough where he can go back in time and stop himself. However, this FlashPoint Paradox does still shift everything just a little bit. So now we get a new storyline of everything, like I said, and it all continues on to Apokolips War, where everything culminates within a 7-year span. I think this story is wonderfully told in its own movie, but the development throughout the other movies on to the last movie is absolutely wonderful as well. Leave comments down below if you want me to go into other movies outside of Apokolips War, because I will be doing a review on that one as well. But yeah, I absolutely love this movie. I love the villain. Because I know the backstory of the Flash is one of my favorite characters in comics altogether. In any case, let's go ahead and get to our actual rating for this movie. I'm thinking it's gonna get I would give it an 8.59 cups of coffee out of 10. I absolutely love the storyline. I like the fact that there are consequences to the Flash's actions, even though he does go back in time and, unfortunately he has to, let his mom die. If you even see one bonus is you even see Batman shed a tear. Who knew Batman actually had emotions, after his traumatization as a child? But go ahead and check the movie out. Like I said, 8.5. 9 out of 10 cups of coffee. It's wonderful. The Reverse Flash is great. Check it out, guys. Again, subscribe, comment, like. Please let me know what else you all want to see on the channel. I'm consistently trying to make the channel better for you all. Just let me know what you all want to see, and we will take it from there. Remember, drink more coffee. It's been a pleasure. Have a good one.